One of the biggest reasons we don't get rich is we overcomplicate things, and overcomplicating leads to what? Procrastination. When you're like, I don't know what to do, what do? You wait. When you know what to do, it's much easier to go take the next steps. So how I think about this in life is back in the day, I was in a job that I didn't really like, and I couldn't figure out how to get promoted. When I am telling you guys, I applied for like 6 open roles. I put together 3 different business plans for open roles. I hit all of my metrics consistently at the company. I felt like I was doing everything, and I was getting passed up for the job. And I felt pretty hopeless. And I went and talked to my boss and had the tough conversation. I was like, man, I've done all these things. I still don't feel like I'm progressing. What else could I do? What else could I show you to show you that I'm ready for this next stage? And his answer was basically, wait, something will come up. You just wait. And in the meantime, like, you have to compete against these other people. And if you're better, you'll win. I didn't like that answer. And I could have just waited for something to eventually come up. And I could have taken his sort of touchy-feely esoteric answer. But instead I was like, you know what? I can't find the answer here. It's too complicated. So what will I do instead? Let me apply the same practice I was doing internally, and I'm just going to apply it externally. I think the actions that I was taking were right. So let me just get with a recruiter, and I'm going to show them all of this stuff, and I'm going to apply for 10 external jobs. And if I couldn't get the internal jobs, let's see how many of the external jobs I might get. And what do you think happened? I got a new job and an ability to make more money because I couldn't do it internally. That was too complicated. And so oftentimes if we're running against a wall, there's a great saying, which is, it's sort of business 101. I remember learning it back in Georgetown when I was getting my MBA. One of my favorite teachers there had multiple exits of varying size software businesses and came to teach for us as a visiting professor. And he said something that stuck with me. He said, when it's easy, do more. When it's hard, do something totally different. And I loved this principle. Easy, run, keep going, apply pressure. When it's hard, stop, think, change your frame. And so Occam's razor will allow you to look at what's happening that seems hard in front of you and say, what if this was easy? What if this was easy? Another thing that I apply to my team often is I'll say, okay, we have a goal of 1 million subscribers on an email list. And the team will be like, oh, that feels so big. I'm so overwhelmed. I don't think we can get there. And I'll ask them one question. What if it was easy? What would that look like? Instead of you immediately going to tackle the problem from a fear frame, can you tackle it from an abundance frame? If it was easy, how could we do this? And then they started coming up with incredible ideas. It was like, well, why don't we do some newsletter swaps with your big friends? Like, I don't know how to create content that gets 10,000 subscribers, but I bet if you talk to some of your other big newsletter fans or friends and you guys switch newsletters, I bet we could get it. So ask yourself, what if it was easy? Where is the easy button in your life? Where is the person you can talk to directly who already is looking for you as an employee that you can talk to? And maybe they'll hire you. Where is the investor who you don't even realize it, but he's right in front of your face, ready to give you money? There is a magical word in finance called compounding, which sounds super boring, but often the boring is where all the money is made. What does compounding mean? It is a thing that allows you, if you invest a little bit all throughout your career and life in the stock market, by the time you retire, you can become a millionaire. There's many different frameworks you can use to see these. There are projections and models that will show you, if I put in $10 today and I continue to put in $1, like $365 for the rest of my career, that I will have somehow magically hundreds of thousands of dollars at the end of my retirement. The way that we do this is something called compounding, which basically means that 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 does not actually equal the numerical amount. When you compound, 1 plus 1 doesn't equal 2. Oftentimes it equals 3, 5, 7, 10, 12. Now, why? If you think about it this way, 1% growth every single day is 37x growth in 1 year. So we know this with money. You can literally do a mathematical framework to show if you grow 1% every year, and then the thing that is growing next continues to grow 1%, then the next 1% continues to grow 1%, you compound. It's like this stacked amount of dirt on top of it.